All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Football Focus Weekly, the off-season edition. We are sponsored by Victory Chevrolet. We're just $19 down. We'll deliver any new or pre-owned vehicle. Make sure you visit victorychevrolet.com today. We've been gone since December, and there's been a lot of changes. So we're gonna talk about those changes tonight. We'll start off the show by talking to a couple of new head coaches. Very exciting stuff to share. We'll talk a little bit about, I'm doing a series on Prep Red Zone, North Carolina, highlighting the Junior Bowl. It's something that this is the second year of doing that. I'll tell you about what that is and highlight some players. Then we'll get into the very controversial topic of transfers, and I'll let the guys go off on that. We'll talk about coaching changes, other coaching changes we've seen in the area, and there's been a number of them. Let's see. Are we having any audio issues? Okay, it looks like everybody can hear it on the comments, so appreciate you guys. We'll get to those in just a second. We'll talk about a few open jobs that we have in the area. I'll talk about the upcoming CFI Carolinas Mega Showcase coming back around again. And then we'll talk about some recruiting challenges, and then we'll end it with a new segment called Call Outs, where I'm going to call some people out. So that'll be fun. All right, before we get to our first interview, I'll briefly introduce who we got tonight. First of all, he is on his off-season media training kick. That is Mr. Billups. If we get this, there we go.
What you mean?
What's up, man?
What you mean by that?
It's the off-season and you're doing your media thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you said I was getting media training. I said, nah.
No.
I'm breaking all them rules. Yeah. What's up, man? I'm coming.
How you been?
Out. Doing good, man. 2 months. 2 months clean. That's
awesome, man. That's awesome.
Losing weight.
Oh, yeah, even better. Even better.
Nah, but
right, we also have the producer, Brandon Black.
Good evening.
How you been, sir?
No, man, he don't gloss his head.
Well, you gotta stay moisturized, man. Gotta stay moisturized, man.
All right, we got a lot to do. We can't mess around too much. And then we also have 2 new head coaches. First off, learning this today, and this was not planned. It just happened to fall this way. The new coach of community school Davidson, the second in school history, Kenneth McClammer.
What's up, Pat? How you guys doing?
We're great.
Good, man. Good.
A whirlwind today. Accepted the job about 11 a.m. And, well, you guys know what it's like, man. A lot of phone calls and text messages and a lot of excitement in the air. So super, super, super happy. Super excited.
Well, we're going to definitely ask you about that here in a few minutes. And then last but certainly not least, we are very happy to introduce in his first head football coaching job, Coach Weber of Bradford Prep.
Hey, what's going on, Pep? What's going on, fellas? Happy to see everybody once again.
Yes, sir, man.
Coach Weber, is this a new moniker we got going on here now or what? I thought you were going to be like Big Bear or something.
Hey, man.
I told him.
Hey, man, you got business moves, man. You got to cut ties, man.
He's all formal. He's all formal now.
Yeah. I don't come on,
coach.
Yeah, I come on here big bear down, but hey, whatever.
I was expecting a shirt and tie. I'm a little disappointed.
Me too.
Hey, man, not with you guys, man. Get a chance to,
We ain't good enough for a shirt and tie.
I clear with that. No, he don't wear a shirt and tie. You remember in his picture, he has a suit with the mock turtleneck.
Hey, man, look, all it means now being the head coach, I mean, I might get the chance to coach in the Queen City Senior Bowl, man. That's all.
Oh my God.
That's all that means, man. That's all.
My God.
Well, let's keep moving because I don't want to get off topic. So I'll put you guys in the background because first we're going to talk to you, Mr. Weber. And we're going to talk about this new job, man. So first of all, how did you find out about the job and what led you to go ahead and apply for
it? I found out through a mentor of mine. He told me to never put his name out there about it. So I made sure I won't do that. He told me about the job. And then he said I set up a meeting. The meeting was everything moved pretty fast. I set up a meeting with the AD, Brian, and I came over. The first day was like, I want you to just come see the school and like tell me what you think. So he walked me around, showed me the football facilities and showed me the school in itself. And then he was like, if you like everything, let's come back and do like a formal interview and you'll meet all the people at the top, the dean of students, the principal. So I came back and met with all three of those people. I met with them. Everybody seemed like they was on the same page, had the same vision for football. And then I did another interview with both ADs together, Mr. Graham Haley and Brian, and I did it like that with those guys. And then, it was a no-brainer once I got there and got to see the vision and our vision matched up with each other. It was a great opportunity to grow. I feel like my first two coaching jobs, being at Shelby and being at Independence, you got to see and you got to build on tradition of what somebody else has already made. I know for me, I know a lot of people is kind of scared to take on certain roles and certain opportunities. And the older I get, I always was like, how do I want to leave a legacy and continue to build my legacy? And I seen Bradford Prep as an opportunity to be to make history, to be the first varsity football head coach they've ever had. So that's just history in itself. And and I feel like it was a match made in heaven. I get a chance to create my own thing and build the foundation and create my own legacy with Bradford Prep.
So awesome, man. Congratulations once again. Now the real work starts, as a lot of people say. What's kind of the first steps for establishing this program on the varsity level?
I've been meeting with the administration and the athletic directors, talking about going in a new direction with uniforms, trying to figure out who we're going to get sponsored by. So that's been a pretty fun conversation. Been setting up scrimmages and schedules. I'm also I'm putting together my coaching staff, pending everybody get through with their interviews and paperwork with HR. I'm gonna have a great coaching staff together, with some names of people that people know. I think that was one of the most important parts to me was putting together a group of guys that's able to say, hey, let's put our egos aside and let's come together and work and build something from the ground up. So I look for guys who want those opportunities. Guys gave me opportunities as a first-time coach and first-time coordinator. So my job now is to repay those people. So, it probably should be done within the next couple of weeks or so with all the interviews. So be on the lookout for that.
All right, good stuff, man. Now, I got to ask, what was the response from the players? How has that been so far?
So, the response from the players, it's been good. You see a lot of kids, just like the coaches, just like the staff, that they was like, hey, man, you coming from Independence to Bradford Prep? And they was like, what made you do that? And I just believe, man. I believe in myself, and I believe that I'm a guy who can reach different demographics and school buildings and help just grow the kid as an overall person and player. The kids are bought in. Obviously, you got some people that still, at times may feel like they're bigger than the program, but I'm like everybody's bought in. Got a good rapport from the parents. I already been building a relationship with the parents and players. Been doing workouts already. Being at a school like Bradford Prep, a lot of your players play multiple sports, so I probably won't really get to see the full team together probably until about middle of April, beginning of April, middle of April. So I'll be excited to see that. Obviously, with being in the lottery system, you won't really get to see anybody who's got in until end of the school year in June. So I know a lot of those players. When the job got posted, or they posted they hired me, I had a lot of great feedback, a lot of great responses from parents, players, former students who went there. Man, it's a lot of kids who attended Bradford Prep in elementary and middle school, like a lot of names in Charlotte. And it was just good to see. They're like, man, I'm happy. A lot of people just happy, overall excited to see football, varsity football at Bradford Prep. So the community of Bradford and the administration and staff, everybody's excited.
Awesome, man. Last question for you. I know you're still working on your coaching staff and everything, but from your philosophy as a head coach, what can we expect on both sides of the ball from Bradford Prep?
We'll be fast, physical, and disciplined. I always feel like if you can hang your hat on those three, you'll be in good shape. We're going to be good on special teams as well. But I plan on trying to be one of the fastest, most physical, just being disciplined. I think the discipline part of it, a lot of people, it's underrated for a lot of people because just being the most disciplined team, not turning the ball over, not getting stupid penalties, that's all the little things that'll win you games. So I'm gonna make sure we hang our hat on those three.
Awesome, man. Well, let's bring the other guys back and see if they got anything else for you. Let's see. We'll see who's ready. Let's see.
Rise
And producers. No, there you go.
Raising my desk.
Guys, anything else for Coach Weber from Bradford Prep?
You know, I was thinking about this today, Webb. Seriously, I didn't realize in our group chat that we play you guys week 4. You said something. I hadn't seen the schedule yet, but I was thinking earlier, you know, that first team is so special, man. Like, I'll never forget my guys at East Rowan in 2014. It was a really, really, really special group. Man, live in the moment, live it up, man, appreciate the moment. But what you said, man, that you're going to continue to work hard and you're going to do the things that got you into this place, and those things that got you here are the things that are going to make you successful, man. Nothing but love for me and the best of luck.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you know, that could be the CFI Bowl, man. We get all the media coverage out there for the charter schools.
Oh, yeah. Coming soon.
Coach Doug, we're finishing up with Coach Weber from Bradford Prep. Do you have anything you want to say to him?
Man, me and Cuz always cutting up on the show, but Cuz know I got mad love for him. Like I told y'all before, I think it was a lights out hire. They're bringing in a guy that's not only just bringing a lot of knowledge, but also a lot of swag. And sometimes schools, they need that swag. And I told Cuz, I said his swag is going to be able to go all through those hallways in that school. So I think his impact is going to be beyond just the football field. I think he's going to impact those other programs and those students in that building.
Real quick, I already talked to Webb about it. Webb already know, man. I love Webb. I joke on Webb a lot. I'm glad he followed his path. He listened to the man upstairs, listening to Dad, his mom. He got a really great support system. Y'all got an outstanding person, man. I give Webb the hardest time to anybody. But I think he's the right person for that program. I'm glad they gave a young man the chance. You know, that's one thing I think society nowadays, we got to give people chances, and I'm glad they gave him a chance. Like, he deserved it. He already know what's entailed. He don't go in there, he don't work. And, you know, you got my respect. So I'm proud of you. You know, a lot of people don't take jobs like that, but I'm proud of you stepping up. So you got my respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Congrats again, man. It's like we've seen the evolution, the Webb evolution on the show, man. We've seen
tough.
We've seen
Rough.
Oh, man. Well, once again, like everyone else said, congratulations. Well deserved. I know it's been a major goal for you. And you know, we'll be there week 4, week 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, I believe week 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Week 5. Well, yeah, we'll be there for that.
Hey, be the biggest game in the city that week.
Hey, you know how we got to ride the wave? We got to come up with one for the bet, baby. Bet down, baby. We got to get. Man.
Wow.
Let's say,
We'll figure out.
We'll work on that, man. We'll work on that, man.
Yeah, we got to work on that. I was saying, to speak on opportunity, though, I haven't really been able to. I'm trying not to respond to everything that I see, but I know, like, I put a disclaimer out there. Like, I understand the challenge that's in front of me. I hope people understand people go through interviews and research before they take jobs. I don't think people take jobs blind, despite what some of the comments say. Like, we know the challenge. And, you know, the administration and me and myself and the coaching staff, we're ready for the challenge. We're ready for it. We know this is not a 1-year thing. We know it's going to take time to build it and get it to the place of being one of the most premier teams in the area. We understand that. But I want to make sure I gave a shout out to these 3 people for making sure, because they was a part of the hiring process and gave me the opportunity, like a lot of y'all spoke on, was giving a young man a chance, was Miss Billy Little, Karen Dresser, and Stephen Gay. Those 3 people gave me the opportunity. We came in and met. Everything was a smooth transition. I want to make sure I thank my principal, Miss Amy Mims, athletic director, Coach Elijah Ashley, and DJ McFadden. All those guys made the process easy, smooth transition, gave me a lot of advice throughout the process. And, you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without having the guidance and leadership of the people at Independence. Also with just, you know, one of my mentors, Coach Mike Wilbanks and Shelby High and Lance Ware, man, they gave me a lot of insight about things that I can expect being a first-year head coach. So, you know, all those people, there's so many people that I can thank just helped me get in this opportunity in this role. So I just wanted to make sure I put that out there.
Good stuff, man. You got a couple of comments here.
Hey, that boy
J-Man's here. He congratulates you.
Congratulations to J-Man on going to college, man. J-Man,
Yeah.
J-Man, you're a college grad now. I mean, you better be a high school grad. I need you to learn how to spell Webb. It's W-E-B-B. Just check on my name, man.
Nah, he said you're a spider
Thanks,
web.
J-Man.
It's like web, like spider web. I like that, J-Man. I got you. I'm tracking.
And of course, CFI superfan Karen Belt. She gives you a congratulations.
Shout out to Miss Karen. Karen, don't stop the gifts, man. You come on down here to Bradford Prep.
Nah, it's done.
Drop off some stuff.
It's done. Hey, boy, Karen Belt is the best fan of Independent because she sent that heat to DJ and you, boy. I've been boy, that was a funny day. That was a funny day, boy. I love Miss Belt, boy.
And then
I don't like it, but I still got my support.
We got Nathan Lang right there. Says happy to have Coach lead the program.
Look at
Nathan,
you,
man. I can't tell y'all what his son does on the middle school. They may try to come take my boy, but he has an awesome son.
There you go.
Okay.
He got an awesome son that's coming up. That's coming up here at Bradford. Man. I ain't gonna tell you what position because everybody try to take guys like that. But you know, hey, you know, Nathan, I'm excited to get started with everybody, man.
There you go.
There you go.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I'm gonna put you guys back in the background because now we're gonna move to our second new head coach interview of the night. And that's going to be with Kenneth McClamrock, who is the new head coach at Community School of Davidson. So, first of all, Coach, how does it feel?
You know, Pep, I said a minute ago, it's been a whirlwind. You know, I've been really fortunate the last couple of years to be at Rocky River High School. Love my principal, Mr. LeGrand. Love my athletic director, Coach Gray, who hired me, Coach Mack, who's there now. We put together a phenomenal football staff this past season. You know, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to move on and do what's best for you and your family. And it was best for not just my family, but it was best for the Rocky River family as well. Incredible relationships that have been built, players that have been texting me all night from Rocky River. But it was time, man. So it's exciting. Like I said, this is less than 12 hours old. It's less than 8 hours old, maybe even since all this went down. Got the letter offer about 11 o'clock this morning and made the phone call shortly after that. And Maggie and the boys and I, we're super, super, super excited. Fumble in the play.
And this is what happens when you, I'll tell you, boy. But congratulations once again. Very excited for you. You know, as I said on social media. But what made you choose Community School Davidson? There's a lot of, you know, opportunities out there, but what stands out about this one?
You know, Pep, you know where I was. You and I talk almost every single day. It feels like, you know, 2.5 weeks ago, I was headed to another school, had another opportunity. And in fact, I told the principal the morning that I interviewed at Community School of Davidson that I was headed his way. I was about 90% sure that I was headed his way unless CSD blew me away. And from the moment I walked into the room, CSD blew me away, from the athletic director to what we would call the principal in public schools, to other administrators, the volleyball coach, the women's basketball coach, were all there, other members of the staff, and they made me feel like I was at home. They made me feel like they had known me for my entire life, that we were good friends. They knew about my history. They knew about my background. They were asking me very specific questions about my background. And I was amazed. I was blown away. Last week, I got to go up and tour. I went to a basketball game, Maggie, the boys, and I, and got to tour the school, and then got to tour the facilities, the sports facilities at Spartan Field. And I mean, I don't know that there could be a better sports complex in all of North Carolina for high school football. It's phenomenal. The field, the two fields, the baseball field, the tennis courts, it's all phenomenal. Was able to meet a couple of players during that time, and was blown away, but not just the questions that they asked, but how much they loved the school and how much input they had, how much they wanted to have in the next coach, man. And, you know, Coach Albert has been there since the school began. He's the only head coach ever. He's done a phenomenal job. I think he's got 100 wins or somewhere around that in his time there, won multiple championships. And Coach Albert and I have taught almost every day, it feels like, for the last several weeks throughout this process, man. He's given me history of the school, history of the program, history of our players, where they've been, where they're going. So, you know, I just feel super blessed, man. I feel like it's an incredibly special place. The people there have been amazing so far. And like I said, my phone's been blowing up from CSC people all day.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, you said something that really resonated with me. And being the second coach in school history says a lot to the stability of that program. You know, what Coach Albert did there. We've talked about them on the show being a strong program, you know, throughout the years. What can we expect, you know, from this program, you know, coming up?
Well, you know, I mean, hopefully a bunch of kids who play extremely tough, man, a bunch of kids who play fast, a bunch of kids who care about each other, a bunch of kids who want to do things the right way, a bunch of kids who are going to be disciplined. You know, I mean, it's phenomenal. I'm talking to the quarterback and I'm talking to an offensive lineman last week, and, you know, hey guys, what are your future goals? What are your future ambitions? Well, Coach, you know, I've been talking to Princeton and Harvard and Yale and Brown and Lafayette and Villanova and, you know, Ivy League schools and Patriot League schools. And, you know, man, that's awesome. You know, what's your GPA? Well, Coach, I'm somewhere in the 4 or 5 range. Okay. And, you know, Coach,
4 or 5 range.
But it's like a 4 something. I'm like, I don't need to know anything else beyond that. 4. We're good. You know, so it's a phenomenal group of young people. And, you know, I was blown away by those 2 young men and the parents and the support, you know, all the way up to, you know, what I call the superintendent. He's got a fancy executive director title, Mr. Smith. But they've all made me feel at home. They made me feel at ease. They made me feel welcomed. And you know, man, I'm excited to see what we bring to the table. When you follow the only man who's ever led the program, like, there's going to be some change, right? Like, there's going to be some discomfort there that happens at times, but you know, really excited. I mean, I'm so new, Pep. I've spoken with one coach so far. Like, I've spoken with one coach, and it was in the short time between driver's ed and getting home and eating and celebrating with Maggie and the boys. So other coaches, if you're watching, I'm calling you up in the next couple of days, I promise.
That's good stuff. Well, I know Coach Dub has coached against Community School Davidson, so I wanted to get his feedback on this. Coach, what do you think about our buddy here going to the CSD?
Man, I think it's all about fit, man. And this is a perfect fit. Like, we see it throughout the NFL. The right coach can change a ball game. You've seen it with Coach McDonald with the Seahawks. Unfortunately, they beat my Patriots.
Oh yeah, that I was going to touch on that later on.
but let's talk a little bit about McDonald and the Patriots coach Vrabel. Vrabel sat in the Browns' office. They didn't know what to do with him. He was a good coach in Tennessee, but he ended up landing in the right spot. Same way with McDonald, because McDonald was in Baltimore. But the thing about Kenny, I know Kenny, and I got a chance to know his wife, and I call your two boys my nephews. Y'all immerse yourselves in programs, cultures. Like this is not just a job for you, Kenny. I know that your family is going to be all in with the program, and that's what matters from being a coach, because you're following a long legacy. We've been playing them since I was at Southlake. I think my last couple of years at Southlake, we played community school at Davidson. And then when I came to Mountain Island, our first conference was in a conference with them. And we've been in that conference up until last year's realignment. So I'm very familiar with the program. Coach Elfer, a phenomenal coach, man. He not only a phenomenal coach, but also a phenomenal father like you are. And that's why you see these charter coaches having these long tenure, because it's about community. Because people knock the small school football a lot, but what you get from small school football is you get down and you can make a difference, and you can really truly impact the community because it's smaller. Like I can literally walk the hall and get to any of my kids within a minute or two. And that's the beautiful thing about being at a small school or like a charter school, is that men like Kenny, men like Big Webb, they're going to excel in those situations because they're going to immerse themselves in that program. And you don't see charter school coaches leaving like that. We don't have some of the issues unfortunately, of our counterparts. When you coach at a charter school, you're committed to the program. Just so Pep, I've been offered tons of big name jobs behind the scenes that I never took. And people at one time, someone laughed at me and was like, "Coach, man, you crazy." I'm like, "Nah, you won't get it until you have to get it." And I think Kenny saw that. I think Webb saw that, and I think they're going to build those programs up. So I look forward to my brother Kenny just excelling, being at a 2, because we're all in the same classification, by the way, too. We're all 2A, and we got a new name. We them charter boys. That's who we are. but salute, brother. Salute.
All right, we'll bring back everybody else.
Speaking of Coach Dub, can we just talk for a minute, man? You look phenomenal, man. Like,
appreciate it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, hey,
that charter check coming through is what he said.
All right, anybody else got some words for new community school Davidson head coach?
Charter boys,
Kenneth McClammer.
Yikes!
Kenneth, I'm taking congratulations to you, man. I know this move is bigger than football. I'm sure the boys will be terrorizing them sidelines here soon, man. I just want to make sure I wish you the best of luck every week until you play us.
It was a great move for you, Kenneth. It fits. Like Rob said everything. It fits. It fits, bro. I'm happy for you. That way, I think you don't be successful there, because I've been telling you for a long time. Well, I can't say that out loud, but me and you don't have conversations, and I think this is the best move for you. I've been having with a lot of my coaching friends, and we don't probably see a lot more coaches doing what you did. I like it. I agree with what Robert said with the climate. This really fits you, Ken, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Producer, you got anything?
Hey man, just anxious along with Webb, just anxious to see how things go. I know both of you guys have put your heart into it and give it 100%. So just really excited, man. Just to see the directions, growth, and just looking forward to it.
Good stuff. All right, so J-Man also congratulates you, Coach. It's very underrated.
It is.
Those are facts.
It is. Now that's a really good job. It's a really good job.
Luke Zabo giving you guys, both you and Webb, some love there. J.M. Robinson fan.
Appreciate it, man.
Coach Marsh giving you a shout out there.
At least he's on time for that.
Okay. Karen Bell giving a shout out.
Karen Bell must got this thing going on Facebook and YouTube.
That's what I'm talking about, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Ronnie Price with a shout out for everybody. So, some good old CFI super fans watching tonight. We appreciate it. I know it's the off season and conference tournaments going on and all kind of stuff. And a lot of people will watch this in the playback, but we appreciate you all being live here with us tonight. All right. So let's move on to our first topic. And this topic was requested by Coach Dub and Mr. Billups there. And we're going to talk about the dreaded word transfers. Is it a bad word?
Oh,
why are there so many? Is it right or wrong? And then why is everybody so mad?
That's a good.
I'll probably do the last part. Let Rob do all the. Let him be, because you already know I don't say.
All right. Well, yeah, Coach Dub, you asked for it first, so won't you take it off?
Go ahead.
Well, I don't think it's a right or wrong in the situation. It's just how you handle things. And I think the big thing about a lot of these transfers, all these transfers aren't created equal. If you're transferring to a school and you already got your bag, in the sense of you got your offers and you're already established as one of the top players, and then you make that move, I mean, that's understandable. But when you're making moves, and you're not highly touted, and you're not like it could be tough sliding. But on the opposite side too, I think a lot of coaches, they definitely need to start respecting these kids' decisions, because ultimately it's up to them and their family. And all you can do is, wish them well and then support them from a distance. But
so let me jump in here. So you said coaches should respect the decision. What is the pushback from coaches here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, I've experienced in the beginning of my career, like, coming into Gaston County, being accused of cheating and everything like that. And the thing is, it's not the coaches, it's not the schools in most cases. It's kids and kids. You got 7-on-7 footballs. You got so many different things.
Well, see, here's what I want to say. First of all, kids can't make moves on their own. It's parents. Ultimately.
Absolutely. And that's my point, because it's 100% on the parents, but at the same time, these kids are networking, they're influencing. And different households work different ways, Pep. Some kids have more of a say in their household than others. And if you got a kid that got a lot of say in their household, they're gonna have a large impact on what their parents decide to do. But you're right. It is the parents' ultimate decision, but
okay, that's fine and all, but why is everybody so mad? Like, you go online, and I'm gonna talk about this a little later, but you see certain people posting about transfers, and everybody's all in the uproar. I mean, what is the big deal?
That's the society we live in. You gotta think, Pep. This is the society we live in, where people always got opinion about what other people do, and when that's your child, if someone got an opinion about what I do with my child, that's not their concern. That's my decision. And a lot of people need to respect these decisions and move on and let these kids go somewhere else to be great. Because obviously it might be something that you're not doing at your previous school. So if you want to keep the kids, do what you're supposed to do.
Coach Weber, what were you going to say?
I mean, I think transfer is a bad word, but I want people to understand, like, stop acting like kids transferring schools is something that just started 2 years ago.
That's true.
Like, kids have transferred ever since high school's been open. I'm sure kids transfer all the time. Like, what's the difference in kids transferring and then the school redraw school zone lines, and now a kid got to go somewhere else? I think if we just keep it black and white and put it out there, everybody just mad that Huff getting transfers, right? Cool. They won state. So, I mean, if I'm a kid and I say I want to win a state championship before I leave high school, then they're going to go where they're winning at. I mean, it's just natural. Kids want to go where it's opportunity. Whether that opportunity is to be seen or playing big games or have better facilities, whatever the case may be, right? Kenneth taking over a new job. I'm taking over a new job. I'm sure it might be a kid in the building that say, hey, man, I think the grass is greener somewhere else. When coaches change.
So when that happens, when that happens, do you guys just let them go, or do you want to sit down and try to fight for them?
It's a kid. Well, it might be a little different depending on the size of your school. But listen, you never want to beg nobody to stay anywhere. Like, like same thing with work. People leave jobs.
Now that's very true.
People leave Walmart and be working at Target by the next week. It's all about. I feel like as coaches, it's our job to be as transparent as possible. Mm-hmm. Like if I walked into Coach Kenny's office and say, "Coach, look, I want to transfer." He may say, "Hey, okay, where you thinking about going?" He might can help you. If you want to go that bad, he might can say, "Look, I'll put the call in, tell the coach you're coming." Now, what you get out of it is on you. Like, I don't think as a coach, I would be like, "Don, don't go there." Obviously, I may try to make a push to keep you to stay. One time say, "Hey, man, look, just stay till the spring," or, like what's like me, I'm the type of guy when my dad working in HR, if you want to leave, I'm going to let you leave. Just like when you leave CMS, excellent CMS, they ask you, what's your reason? Mm-hmm. And I say, what's your reason for leaving? It may say, "Hey, coach, I don't think your communication up to par." Cool. Now I'm just going to work on communication for the next person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I just think people have to stop making it like it's the new thing. Like, it's not new. Only thing that's different now from then is social media. Now everybody just know you're leaving. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing. And I think that, I understand. Every league is a copycat of each other.
I want to say this.
You see all the college kids going back and forth. So at some point, it was going to trickle down to high school.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's an effect of that too. But I also want to say, for every school that's losing somebody, they're getting somebody on the other side. Now we don't hear about that from everybody. Yeah. You reference social media. Social media will highlight transfers to certain places. Now, Jonathan Mitchell puts it on out there, talking about Huff.
I think I'm ready.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
I think number one, I think I'm tired of it. I done said some statements this week on Twitter and on Facebook. I'm gonna go first thing I'm gonna start because I had asked that coach actually called me. The one thing that bothered me about the Huff stuff, what people were saying, the communities are saying about Huff, everybody keep putting these things about Huff this. Have we even told Coach Baker and his staff congratulations on winning the state championship?
No. Well, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Because I got something on.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. So my thing is this, right? Y'all call somebody the GOAT. Oh, coach, I played for this person. Y'all call this person the GOAT, the best coach ever to coach in Charlotte, North Carolina, stuff like this. I'm going to tell two stories. It's going to be short, quick point. Coach Knotts. He coached me my freshman year at West Charlotte. I only played JV and stuff like that. I think we got put out in the second or third round. Kim, correct me if I'm wrong. Second or third round that year, right? Something like that. He left and went to Independence. Eric Lyons was a big-time receiver at West Charlotte his junior year. Where do you think his senior year he played football at? It was not at West Charlotte. He played Independence.
3 schools.
Yes, exactly. Muhammad Masquad, probably one of the most famous people to ever play at Independence. He didn't start his school year at Independence. You get what I'm saying? He didn't start playing at Independence. He was at Sun Valley. I say all this stuff to say, y'all praise Coach Knotts and stuff like that. Y'all praise. A lot of his kids, he got a lot of transfer. Billy Wiggins, Radon Ingram. I could keep naming. We got a lot of people that was at West Charlotte that transferred to Independence, but them parents and them kids didn't get scrutinized. We had fun trying to beat them. We didn't care. So that was my story for back then. It was happening. It was whole, but we got transfers at West Charlotte. We got DeJuan Burton. He came from Olympic when Coach Gilchrist got the job. That's why I tell everybody, when everybody asks me my favorite coach at West Charlotte, it was Coach Gilchrist, because Coach Gilchrist coached me for 2 years at West Charlotte. He made an impact. No, not taking nothing from Coach Knotts, but that's who made an impact. I love Pete Gilchrist. Ask Pep. I talk about him all the time. I love what Coach Gilchrist did for our community. So I'll take you to a story. Y'all talk about all these powerhouse teams. Chambers was a powerhouse about when they had Hollywood, KC, and that. They play an opening game against a team on the south side of Charlotte. Everybody was like, oh, man, they don't run through this team. The team I'm talking about, RGK. RGK almost upset Chambers in the first round of the playoffs that year. This is the same RGK team that beat a Weddington powerhouse team that year that ended up losing to Chambers the following year. This is the same RGK team 2 years, the following 2 years. They beat a Mather Creek powerhouse team. They almost beat them in the playoffs. And we still talk about this Weddington powerhouse team. They lost to Marvin Ridge, a team that ain't had no big names. They just have great football and great community, great coaches. So we keep on highlighting the kids. It's not the kids' decision. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all can sit here and say people are doing X, Y, Z, but y'all need to start showing proof and start bashing the coaches when these kids go.
Well, here's the thing. We've talked about that too. Everyone knows the protocol. They want to try to, report somebody, and nobody's gonna do it.
Nobody don't do it. We gotta stop that.
I think this is the thing too. I think this is the real problem. Everybody doing it.
Yeah, and it's not just football.
Everybody, this is the thing. Everybody doing it. You just mad because you couldn't get them.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing where, like, somebody may see Kenneth in the gym and see, like, man, that white man, old man, he working out, he's strong, he look good for his age. Well, he's married. They upset. They can't get him.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
They upset. Hey, listen. They upset Maggie. Hey, look. Hey, Pep. They upset Maggie.
Why can't he
So
be an
now
old
they got to
white
watch
man?
from
I know, because we ain't that far. Tell Rob, we ain't that far from him. So don't. He ain't old.
I'm about to say, if he old, I'm old. If he old, I'm old.
Hey, listen, man. It's the same thing where, like, we see somebody hit the lottery. We say, dang, I wish it was me. Like, it ain't no different. Like, people getting transfers every year and all that stuff. You just mad your transfers is not.
Yeah,
But that's what.
Well, see, to that point, actually, J-Man has a good point here. It says if they went to any other school, they heard about it.
Because
success brings. Somebody said
those things.
Somebody said,
those
go
things. Bill, my bad, bro.
Go ahead.
Success breed those things.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
When you come off a state championship, no matter if it was Chambers, no matter whoever won it,
Mather Creek.
Listen, Mather Creek had kids, like a lot of their star players came from Cleveland County. Why do you think they came down there? Because they was coming off of championships, they was winning. So that's what you're starting to see from Huff. It's a chain reaction. And let's give credit where credit's due. And I'm glad. I think you mentioned this, Pep. Let's shout out Coach Baker and his staff.
No, that was Coach Bill. That was Coach Bill.
No, let's shout those men out over there. I'm dead serious. Let's shout those men out because
I was gonna.
They're great coaches. So these kids, like the kids that they develop over there at Huff, they don't just go to college and sit on a bench. Some of those kids go and make an impact in those college programs. They're developed, man.
Yeah. I think we just need to give credit. You got to give credit. And I don't like to cut Rob off, but you got to give credit. Because Coach P, when he was at Mather Creek, when he was getting transferred, he's the great. He's the GOAT. When Chambers was doing it, Chambers took when Chambers was on fire, they took Mather Creek 8 best players. They transferred.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now there was smoke. There was smoke out there, and I saw it.
I don't like to say that. Let me not say they took 8 of their best players transferred from Mather Creek to Chambers. And that game, Mather Creek Chambers game was on and popping. Rocky River lost half their team to Chambers. You get what I'm saying? So it's been happening. Y'all, and I'm going to say this in no disrespect to the young man running that's paid. When people hide behind content, and we don't know who you are. Like me, all of us, we put our faces up there when we're talking about this stuff. So we're out there. You can't hide behind content, because when you're sitting there and you're just posting one school, and yes, you are. I hate to say it's just been Huff or South Point. Everything going West Sharp because it's getting your numbers up. We got to stop that as a community. You're not going to be that person and come out the room. I'm not knocking it.
Well, we'll touch on that later.
It's a good hustle, but y'all got to stop all of that stuff, because that's why I said what I said, because it's not fair to them kids, because y'all giving these kids unrealistic expectations. Like Trey is a great kid. Let that kid develop, man. I love that kid. But let the kid develop. Let some of these kids develop. Don't put them out. You know, I know everybody wants the clout, but let kids develop, because then I saw somebody say, well, a lot of these people don't be transferring again. You don't want to see that. We 40, 30-plus-year-old folks worry about some kids playing some high school games.
Well, that's true. But
like, come on, bro.
Here's the question, man. Should something be done about transfer? Should we have just open enrollment and just open it up for everybody and let everybody do what they want to do?
And I tell you who they need.
I think they need to do it. I think they should just do like South Carolina does. Give everybody a one free transfer. Because this is my thing. Like, I think it gets silly when you got third stringers trying to transfer to certain schools. And I'm like, God, if you're not playing here, you're not playing there. I just think they just need to make it what it is. Charlotte's so big, man. People just let people go where they want to go.
Go look. I'll tell you, CMS. This is direct at y'all. I said this on Twitter. I'm gonna say this on this. I know you watching, Steve. I know you watching, Erica. Go call Cabarrus County. Go call Cabarrus County, because it take an act of Congress over there, baby, to transfer, because they don't sit in front of your house.
Well, Kenneth is a Cabarrus County legend. Is the way Cabarrus County does it, right?
I was at Cabarrus. I was at Cox Mill. We got a kid who transferred over. We don't have Cox Mill. Don't have numerous kids leave and transfer in.
Well, I'm asking Kenneth.
I'm telling you,
the way Cabarrus County does transfer is right.
I'm telling you an example that we lost a kid like that.
Mills.
Okay.
Hey, Pat, Kenneth said he's not concerned with Cabarrus or CMS anymore. We're in our own district.
I'm sitting there telling you,
they not grew them.
Yeah, I mean, Billings brings up some good points. It is extremely difficult in Cabarrus County to transfer schools, even with bona fide moves potentially. It's a smaller district, and that has a lot to do with it. CMS, Pat, what is it now? 21 or 22 public schools that play athletics in CMS.
Yes.
I mean, if every high school just has 75 football players times 22, that's an astronomical number. I mean, and then you have every other sport beyond that. I mean, I've said on the show, I believe that if you live in a county, you pay the same taxes regardless of what school you go to. And if a family believes that another school is the best fit for their son or their daughter, they should be able to go there. My issue has always been when coaches get involved and encourage that move. When the spirit of the rule is broken with undue influence. But whether I think it was Coach Dub that said a minute ago, now with 7-on-7s and all this other stuff going on, and this is what I've learned. And Webb, you've been involved in travel basketball longer than I have, but over this last year, the relationships that are built in travel basketball alone are incredible. And now that I train some kids that play on these Pop Warner teams, those kids and their coaches who work year round, even at young elementary school ages, the relationships that they build is so tight. And so I think a lot of times what we see at the high school level, especially in Charlotte, is you see guys who played together growing up, whose maybe schools sit them elsewhere, who also, you know what, man, let's get back together. Like we were pretty good when we were 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's get back together. And I think a lot of times that's what you see. I mean, I know when I was at Central Cabarrus, we had kids who transferred in or who tried to transfer in who played for the Carolina Bears program together. They've been together for several years.
Mr. Lattimore.
With Lattimore, shout out, whose son is a phenomenal player at Cox Mill. I had to go against him. He was really, really good. Transfers is a tough situation, man. Y'all hit on the head. Everybody's upset right now because Huff is the big the and it feels like, the rich just keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. I mean, you ask Pep, what do you do when a kid leaves? Rocky River, The kid who was a sophomore that was voted on as the offensive specialist of the year for me, right before Christmas time, he left. Man, I took the kid out to lunch the week that he left. Told him I loved him. When he got his offer from ECU last week, we texted back and forth. He texted with Coach Morgan, our wide receivers coach, every single day, all the time. Nothing but love for that kid, man. And it sucked for us. It sucked for Rocky River. But at the end of the day, there were family decisions that had to be made there, and those family decisions were made. And nothing but love and best wishes for the kid. Man, I hope he does well. And I've already told him if I ever get to play him again, we're gonna smoke his butt, because I know because you listening. I ain't forgot what I told you.
Yeah, and I think too, Pep, just to touch on that, right? Like with the transferring, like you never know really like what's people going through. Like your parents go through divorce. One parent lives here, one parent lives there. I just want to go live with my dad, or I just want to go live with my mom. And it's the thing, right? And being a part of winning programs at Shelby Independence, and I'm sure Kidham can contest this, and Rob, sometimes kids pop up you have no idea coming.
That's happening right now some places.
And you got, and people gotta understand too. Like Kenneth knows from training quarterbacks. Quarterback is one of the premier positions. It is parents. I know a parent who went to their son was on the varsity program, and they wanted to make a move. They went to every JV game of another school just to see what the competition was going to be. Right? You got to think about it. Whereas, like, people talk, hey, look, man, this school got a senior quarterback. The JV quarterback is a freshman. If you want to make a move, I think this is a good school. Or, like, hey, this coach loves he want to run air raid. Your son is a pocket passer. I think you need to go play for him. Hey, this coach loves to run this type of offense. I think it'll do great for your son. Like, a lot of people, like, even with, I'll say with quarterback too, like, some teams like Porter Ridge, the style of offense that Porter Ridge runs, right, as a quarterback, you don't know how much it'll help your recruitment. So you may say, hey, I want to go to an offense that's more spread-based or air raid based. Or if I'm a defensive player, hey, coach got me kind of playing at a position. I want to advance my recruitment, so I want to go somewhere where I don't got to play this position. Like, people make it just seem like I think it's more so because, like you say, one school is low enough, but everybody do it. My thing, people always want to talk about the kids. Why people don't talk about how coaches just flip-flop schools every year? Like, people don't want, like people, like, everybody want to blame kids. I know plenty of coaches who in 4 years coached 4 different places.
Me too.
Like, well, nobody cares about that, Coach. That's why they don't talk about it.
Adults, we transfer. I can tell you right now, I'll transfer in the morning if there's a job out there for me. If the situation looks
good, they got the money.
Anybody in their right mind, even if they have family, right? It has to make sense. Everything needs to make sense. If I get a contract offer for a new job, or I want to switch schools for my kid, it got to make sense. Is it closer to my job? Do they have transportation home? Is the money better? Is the facility better? Like, everybody look at that when you get a job, right? It just needs to make it's like saying like nobody gonna take on a church that ain't got no pulpit.
Man, I tell you,
like, you know, I think people get upset when they see this stuff, and I'm like, dog, like, if somebody wanted to offer you a $50,000 increase, you gonna stay where you at?
Nope, gone in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so people get so upset.
All right, produce.
People get so upset, man. And I do think it's just a culture, but like, people want to win. People want to play in big games. Like, it's what kids. People just want to play with their friends. Like, from coaching kids, AAU and 7-on-7 football, they want to just play with their friends.
You ain't lying.
It's literally all it is. Like, I'm sure Kenneth's sons, right? At some point, wherever high school they go to, somebody that played with them, Little League, gonna say, the parents gonna say, man, don't you remember them times when we played together in middle school? They may say, well, look, our last year, let's play together. Like, West Charlotte was so good. A lot of the boys that came from the travel ball, they all went to West Charlotte. Their parents was like, hey, we're just gonna go play together. Like, in Mint Hill, everybody that play for Mint Hill Ravens say, hey, I'm going to play at Independence. Everybody just want to be with their friends and play together. And I think people look at it for the wrong reasons and just be like shoot, me and my friends, like me and all my coaching friends, Bino, we said at some point we all gonna work together.
That's a good comment. Do what's best for yours. We can't really have a blanket.
You can't.
Some transfers make sense. If a kid's gonna ride the bench here, but this school's kind of weak at that position, it makes sense for him to go there because these kids that aspire to go to college, you can't do that without film. So transferring into the good school just to play on special teams and ride the bench, you're not going to get film like that. So that transfer would not make sense. Like I say, people, they try to have this narrow-minded mindset. Some transfers make sense for a kid. I think it's the poaching that gets people riled up. Coaches sliding in the kids' inbox on Twitter.
So how does that ever stop? Will it ever stop?
I don't think so. Like, social media just magnifies things. This has been going on. It's instead of the coach.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's been going on, but will it ever stop? I mean, is someone actually going to?
I don't think so. If you want to stop it, the same way if you want to stop something, expose it. If you think you know what's going on and you want to do all this, and you want to be messy, think you know what everybody doing, expose it. And when you assume, we all know what happened when you assume. So my thing is like say you people just want to talk about this, talking about that. Like I coach the independent. This kids popped up we never knew was coming. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people make it seem like everybody's out here doing stuff, and it's like winning recruits itself.
Yeah,
it recruits itself. So
I agree with what you said, but like I said, my biggest gripe is with everybody to stop attacking schools.
Yeah, that needs to stop.
DM the parents. DM the parents and see how that go.
And coaches need to get out. A lot of these coaches need to get out.
Yeah, get out your feelings and stop because y'all got worry about what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Webb said it best. There's a lot of coaches transferring. CMS, be mad at the parents of CMS. CMS make it easy for it.
Well, I think at the end of the day, if coaches are upset, you got to set the example, man. Set the example for your program and for your kids. I mean,
wobble up.
What, like you were saying, Billups, there have been teams that have taken great teams to the limit, and sometimes they knock them out, like the Marvin Ridge, Weddington situation.
Marvin Ridge played Weddington very well.
Yeah.
It was a year when Weddington got their best game against the Marvin Ridge and the Cuddies. Encompassings.
So the main thing is look internally. Focus on your program. Why is everybody so worried about what's going on somewhere else? That's the biggest thing. Because I mean, I tell you, coaching at Harding, we lost some kids too.
We lost something. We lost the whole team. You remember that first year at Garinger? You remember I told you we have 30 kids. The next day we have 5.
Well, to that point, yeah, and we've been in those situations where it's tough and you're not getting a lot of kids. And at Harding, it was set up like Barry, where they can't get kids in because of the way the rules are. So you had to look internally.
Bring that up. Bring that up. Pep, be mad about them small schools like Barry.
Yeah,
man, Barry get woof. Y'all go look at these. Y'all worrying about what these other schools getting, what your school is. Go look at Barry, East Mac, Huff. No, not Barry, East Mac, Garinger. Go look at them schools. Is there another one?
They lose more than they get. Yeah. But at the same time, even those smaller schools will get kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we've covered that, as much as we gonna cover it.
On to the next one.
Yeah, we're on to it because I'm about to say some things I shouldn't say. All right. We got some coaching changes. Besides the great 2 men that we have on this show, we've got some guys in new places. Of course, DJ McFadden's going to West Charlotte. Robert Williams is going to Independence. Randall Ingham's going to West Mecklenburg. B.D. Waddell IV is going to Bessemer City. Mark Barnes has come from Sumter to go to Crest. What do you guys think about these moves, man? What's the best move, and who do you think is going to make the biggest impact in their first year?
My favorite one, it's not the one at West Charlotte. It's the one at West Meck. I played football with Randall Ingram. I think Coach Ingram's going to do a great job. I'm ecstatic that he got his first opportunity to be a head coach. I'm glad he's back in the city. Just give him time. Give him time to get it going, man. He's phenomenal. Just think about them Hopewell teams when that Hopewell offense was going, but their defense. I think he coached with Charlie, with Coach Gray. He was the offensive coordinator on them teams. Then he was one of the people that actually did a wonderful job over there at Chambers. He got Chambers coach going with Coach Brand. He went with Coach Brand. Then he followed Coach Brand to Irmo and was a big part of that success down there. But I think Randall Ingram is a name that everybody in Charlotte is watching. That was a great hire for West Met. I'm curious to see what coaching staff he get. But I'm really gonna pay attention to what Randall do at West Met. I'm really excited for him. Sorry that I refuse to conform and come back to coaching in CMS. It's just me, but I refuse. But I'm excited for what he's gonna do over there.
All right, good deal, man. Y'all want to comment on any other new hires there?
No, not me.
So Jason McRory says, what other coaching spots are still open? Well, you named the three that I got on my list: RJ Kill, Butler, and Rocky River.
One of them about to be. I think I know who two of them. Well, I know one, but the other one, it just depends.
Well, Bill, if you can't come on the show and say that, because
I know who AK. I got a good idea who AK is gonna hire, and I hope the person Rocky River. I know who I would like for Rocky River to hire.
Who would you like for Rocky River to hire?
Coach Sean Galloway. He used to coach with me at Guaranteed. He's a wonderful leader, man. I think he's one of the best coaches in Charlotte that people know about and stuff. He cares about the kids. He did an outstanding job at Guaranteed. I just want to make sure that school has his best interests. If they have his best interest, Coach Galloway will lead them young men to the promised land. Coach Galloway is outstanding. I love him. That is my brother. Kenneth, no, I love it. AK, I'm pretty sure Mark Harmon should get that job. Mark Harmon is outstanding. Harmon deserves an opportunity, and I think he should get the job. Butler, I'm a little upset with Butler. I think Jeremy Johnson is one of the best coaches in Charlotte that nobody speaks of. Jeremy Johnson has been on some fantastic coaching staffs. He's been on the Coach Knots. He's been at Independence. He don't help Joe when Joe was at Indy. He came back and helped DJ. He was one of the pillars at Providence. When I was at Providence, got Providence back popping when Brad Bowles left because we were nothing without Jeremy Johnson. Coach Ward had done a great job with that defense, but Jeremy Johnson got that offense on the map. That when Luke had him that big yard run that year running, that was Jeremy Johnson. I think CMS as a whole, they should really kick themselves in the butt that they're not giving that man an opportunity. Jeremy Johnson deserves an opportunity. Shame of y'all. Jeremy, I'm sorry. I told you I was going to do it, but Jeremy Johnson should be a head coach in CMS. But Butler, I like Brandon Sneed. I like my boy Rob at Bear. Rob was under. He's one of the most underrated coaches in the district as well. I hope they give Brandon Thompson an opportunity over there at Olympic. I think he could do some great things at Butler, but I'm curious. That's the people I like at Butler, but I think Butler should really, really consider calling Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson is outstanding.
And I want to add to that. I want to add to that Butler job too. And I've been saying this for years. Pep, I'm a big fan of Coach Mike Evans at South Mac. So
Joe Evans.
I said Mike Evans.
No, he don't even know who he's talking about.
The football screen,
Pep.
Stop.
Mike
Jones.
No, Joe Evans. That's what I meant. Joe Evans. I'm a big fan of Old Credible Hawk, man. I think Butler will be a good fit for him. I think that he'll come in there because he's a great X&O coach. I think he'll connect with that community. I don't even know if he's looking, but I think he'll be a good fit at Butler. We got different opinions, Billups. That's cool.
No, I'm saying he's not looking. No, Joe. No, I love Joe. Oh. Joe's my cigar buddy. That's my buddy. That's my dog. Joe ain't. Next thing, Joe don't be a coordinator. Joe chilling.
All right. Well, that was a great topic. Let's move on.
I'll just put out one more name that I can't believe it has not been said already at Butler. He's a former assistant coach there. He's got state championship pedigree in his resume, and that's Donald Littlejohn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope my guy. I didn't want to put out any names about anything because you start naming names, you start.
I didn't think we were going to do that, but
I hope
it's happened.
I hope at some point. Hope at some point, Coach Littlejohn gets that opportunity. He's been around everywhere he go. They win in some capacity, whether it's state championship, conference championship, or just playing big time games. And I hope he finally gets that opportunity he deserves. And I do want to say congratulations to all those guys who got new hires, new head coaches, like with Coach McFadden, my former head coach, Coach Robert Williams, one of my colleagues, and Randall Ingram, one of the guys I just recently got to know and meet, and Coach Barnes at Crest, man. Hopefully he can try to get Crest thinking they're back better than Shelby, but they never will be. But congratulations to all those guys.
Oh, y'all something else. All right, well that was fun. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what's coming up. The 2026 CFI Carolinas Mega Showcase, Saturday, May 16th, only $99. Those are some of the schools. I couldn't get them all on there, but those are some of the schools that have been to the Mega Showcase in the past. We'll officially announce this later this week, but it will be May 16th. We'll have a bunch of college coaches there. The success of CFI over the last few years has led to some other people trying to replicate what we do. And just know that this is the original, okay? This is the original. This is the real deal. This is the certified best opportunity to get in front of college coaches in North Carolina. Once we announce it and we make everything live, make sure you sign up as soon as possible. Last year we had 285 kids. So this year I'm thinking we're going to be over 300. Okay, we'll have group rates like we did last year. This time is really tough for recruiting. It's the toughest time in high school football to get recruited, and this is where it starts. We had several kids receive offers directly after this showcase last year. And I know Kenneth shared with me that one school is has already committed. They're bringing
several schools, some that are on there already. Have already asked me about dates. They want to know, Coach, we know that CFI puts on a great showcase, and we know that the Charlotte area is loaded with talent, man. We can't wait. They promise they'll have more coaches there than even they have in the past.
Yeah, and I would say this too, just from helping a lot of guys with their recruitment at Independence over this last year, man. One of the biggest thing I can tell the parents is that the high school athlete as a senior is now undervalued. So any chance you get to perform literally directly in front of a college coach, you need to try to take the opportunity. It don't matter what high school you transfer to, whatever high school you play for, nobody can compete with college opportunities because of how undervalued that players are. Parents always ask, what do I need to do for my son to get to college? You're not going big time unless that kid already has those offers as our 9th and 10th grade. If you're a junior or senior, you don't have no offers, you need to start looking at Division II routes or potentially, because now the walk-on is not the same walk-on as it was once we was in school or just how it was within the last 5 to 10 minutes ago.
Because they're also reducing. They're also reducing roster sizes too. Yep. So that's offset the walk-in opportunity. So it's getting worse.
Thank you, Jamil. We appreciate that, man. You know, your son, you know, like Kenneth shouted him out earlier, he's a heck of a player. Has been the top performer at our showcases. And the other thing I'd like to stress about our showcase, it's not just a one-day deal. You see, it's ongoing promotion. It's ongoing featuring of, you know, yourself as a top performer at our showcase. And it doesn't matter who you are. If you're the best on that day, you'll be highlighted. We've had kids, I talk about this at every camp. We have kids that don't make a top 5 and they go on and go play Division I football. And, it's about the opportunity. It's about the opportunity to showcase yourself in front of college football coaches for a great price. Coach Dub says this all the time, that saves you so much money and, trying to decide where to go in the summer. If a coach sees you, at our showcase, you have the option of going to their summer camp, but you don't have to, You can be selective in where you go in the summer and save money and save gas and save time and all that stuff, man. Go ahead,
Pep, I want to add this to this because it's little small stories that people don't know that go on behind the scenes. So I actually know a kid that lost an opportunity at a scholarship by not showing up. These are facts. So I end up, and I won't say the name of the school or the coach.
I don't even know this one.
Well, so what happened was the coach called. One of the coaches came. It was a college coach that came by that was going to be at the showcase, and they was like, "Well, what do you think about this kid?" Because they asked other coaches what they think of other players if we play against them or we know that they're in the area. They always ask because they know the head coach. Their head coach is probably going to tell them a little bit. They want to know everyone's opinion. But the point is, so he asked about the kid. So I called the coach. I gave him a good recommendation. Called the coach, and I was like, "Can you tell your player to come because they're looking for him to be at the showcase? Because they're going to be at the showcase." So the coach called me back. He was like, "Yeah," he said he'll be there. And we get out there, and the kid wasn't out there. And then the coach ended up calling me and telling me, he said, "Rob, man, we was looking to offer that kid, man, but we ended up finding another kid at the showcase." So coaches want to know that you're hungry too, because if it's a showcase, if you're telling people, I want to play college ball, I want to be a college football player, that's a lot to say out your mouth. They also want to know if you got the hunger, desire, and will. So they want to see if you're really hungry, you eat everything in your plate. So you got a camp that's not charging a lot of money, that's made up of a bunch of little college camps. You get what I'm saying? Like you could go to all those camps that's on that flyer. You can't make it to all them camps, but you can make it to this one camp. So they know if you're not trying to showcase, you're not serious about your craft unless you're already committed somewhere.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And to Coach Weber's point as well, if you don't have offers right now, you're a junior or senior or even, sophomore in some cases, these are the kind of schools that you need to be looking at. Because these are your realistic opportunities. And, with the way the transfer portal is, and heck, I was saying this 3 years ago before it even turned into this massive thing that it is now. Your path to being where you want to go is going to be a crazy curved line now. If you want to go to D1, because, look at who won the national championship. Indiana. They're an old team, and they're seeing old wins. So that's the trend right now. So as a young high school prospect, you got a long way to go. One of our all-time MVPs, Turbo Richard, he came to maybe, 7 or 8 CFI showcases, was a top 5 performer MVP at every single one of them, went to Boston College. Now he's in the transfer portal, going to the national champion Indiana Hoosiers. A kid that was right there just like you guys at our showcases. Great, humble young man. He started as a receiver, transferred to a running back position when he was at Northwestern. And he's the same guy. Started with us in 8th grade, and now he's doing big things on the best team in the nation, man. You guys are in the same boat. You're in the same boat, man. You can do the same thing, but you got to be dedicated. You got to show up, man. You got to show up. So once we start promoting it and getting it out there, we'll have more details. Most likely it'll be at one of these guys' schools on the screen. We'll work that out too. But yeah.
Oh, you want to go to the Ryder Park?
You don't even laughing, Billy.
Because you know where it's at. Yeah, Rob do too.
We're not going there. All right, we're gonna end the show with a new segment, semi-new segment. This used to be Slime Time, but I'm calling it Call Outs. And basically, this is where I'm gonna call out certain things, and I'll let you guys respond to them. So, my first call out is gonna be to NC Sports Page. Now, a lot of you guys have asked me about NC Sports Page, and now it's turning into a lot of coaches asking me about NC Sports Page. I will say this. I think there is a place for what this young man is doing. You know, last year, or maybe 2 years ago now, we did a weekly show that was, it ended up being streamed nationwide for about 3 months. So the demand for high school football is there. Okay, we all know that. And being on social media, you can feed that beast, and it can get intoxicating by putting stuff out there and getting likes and shares and comments and all that stuff. And your numbers are getting higher and you're getting excited because you're growing and you have opportunities to do this and do that. And that's all well and good. But you got to understand, when you continue to put stuff out there and you're chasing it and chasing it and chasing it, there's stuff that comes on the other side of that. And Billups, kind of alluded to this earlier, and I wanted to kind of wait to speak on it. But if you're going to post all this stuff about certain schools, you have to expect, them to respond to it. And I don't know if it's reaching you yet or not, but you got to, reach out to some coaches and talk to them about the stuff that you're posting, because all that stuff has an effect and there's a response to it. And now your name is going to be synonymous with, some different stuff that you don't want to be synonymous with. I mean, I can tell you, and it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. I'll tell you guys, and I don't know if you remember it or not, but when I really started getting into this in 2013, I made a list of the top coaching staffs in the area. Now you can imagine what kind of response came from that. So you have to go through things, you have to learn, and you have to be smart with the things that you post. And, all types of media and, content, it's not all good, and, I know you prefer to remain behind the scenes or behind the curtain, so to speak. If you want to grow in this business and become something bigger than just, posting things for, social media numbers or whatever, you got to, come out, have conversations, speak to people, learn about the effect of what you do, because it affects a lot when you get to that place. And, we've talked before. I would welcome another conversation with you, and, we can talk through that. But, I'm saying publicly what a lot of people are saying privately, okay? And hopefully you'll receive the message and, receive it in the right way. But you got to be careful with what you're putting out there, because it's really stirring up people that, have some reach and, have some power, okay? So anybody want to speak on that?
I'll tell him. I think he's doing a great job. I would say I think it's funny how long you've been staying anonymous, which is kudos to you. Kudos to you about how long you've been staying anonymous. But I'll just I'll just reiterate a little bit of what Pep said. I will just make sure that you always can just make sure you go about things the right way. I know your platform has grown tremendously in such a short period of time. So I know how that can be when a lot of things are just happening great for you. And like Pep say, people may be not necessarily give you advice openly, but instead they will want to criticize you publicly. I would just say there's nothing wrong with, like even if kids are transferring or getting offers or anything like that, I think it's okay to be like, hey, like, coach, do you mind if I post this? Do you mind if I post that? Because like I say, a lot of stuff I think with your impact and your reach, sometimes you may not understand how many people actually see the stuff that you post. Whether if it's positive or negative, I mean, that's all determined based on the person who receives it. But I think you're doing a good job. I think that, like, there's nothing wrong with getting some help with a little bit of things. And then, I think you're getting better at it every month, every year that you've been doing it. So, man, hey, there's a lot of help out there if that's something that you want. Lean on people, but there's nothing wrong with just asking for permission with certain things. And, man, I wish you the best, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Anybody else? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say this. I think that the best thing that young man can do, because like Adam said, like you said, I like what he do. I support what he do. I'm behind everything, that he do. It's positive. But the move, the best advice I can give you, reach out to Pep, man. Reach out to other OGs, because hopefully you take that message that Pep said, because that was a sincere message. And he didn't get up here. He didn't badmouth you like other people. He dropped some real important jewels in his message. So I will advise you to go back and listen to what he said. Reach out to him. Seek extra help and guidance, because you got the platform, you got the information, you got the passion. You just need a little more knowledge behind it. And let me not say knowledge, because you got the knowledge. Experience. You just need a little bit more experience. Y'all know how it is. They always go back to food for me, right? It's like a chicken wing. You buy a chicken wing, and that thing ain't seasoned the way it needs to. You could bite and you could tell the season. You gotta get a little more season right now. And the best thing to do is to reach out to the OGs. But on the flip side, the OGs that's out there, that's not on this platform right here, don't badmouth them. Call them, message them, give them some tips and pointers. But regardless if people like it or not, he's a part of the community, and he has an impact. He has a word. We just got to make sure that we get behind him and support him like you're doing now, Pep.
Like everybody say, man, just reach out, man, because you do got a lot of people. You got a lot of people upset. And like Rob said, I tell you what, I tell them behind closed door, I tell them, man, that's a young man's sport. Let the young man have a little fun, but I get where they're coming from. But just be mindful. Like, I will reach out to Matt. Matt is really good at that stuff. And you might want a partnership with some people, because the content you post, especially when it's camp season, make sure you're just doing everything right. You don't want to step on people's toes. Like, you hot right now, but don't get on people's bad side, bro. Just reach out. It's media. I make somebody mad every time I say something. I don't care, but just make sure you put it out there, man. That's all you gotta do.
So is he like Batman? Only like a few people know his real.
Yeah,
identity?
man, I like him. I like it, but it's funny because they ready to find him. They ready to find him and have a conversation. He don't got some coaches mad, boy. He got people mad. I ain't gonna tell you that.
All right, well, let's move on to the second call out. And the second call out, this is not they're not all bad, and this is not a bad one. I was actually scrolling on Facebook, and I saw our friend Zayflix is starting a podcast this next upcoming season on Mondays and Thursdays, and I believe it's starting in June. So this is just kind of a shout out to the brand of local high school football that it deserves everything it's getting, and we love Zayflix, and I love to see how he's grown over the past couple of years, and this is a great opportunity, and I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Oh, the Charter Boys left. You on leave too?
No, he's not.
I don't know what it is. Like, every time somebody leaves or something like that, it's like my audio just go mute. And it's like I can't hear nobody.
That's weird.
And Billis, you want to be a part of them Charter Boys? Come on over.
Nah, I don't want to coach.
Yes, we're gonna get one of us gonna get you.
Don't waste your breath.
Nah. You got three options now. You got 3 staffs you can join.
Well, let me finish my last call out, and then we'll go on to that. I want to shout out or call out Coach Ian Tatum. He's going to have a great coaching seminar type thing coming up in March. He's shouting you guys out. Oh, Kenneth's gone, but he's shouting you out too, Webb. Congratulations on the new opportunity. He's been on the show past couple years during the season, and make sure you guys check Ian out on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
He does a great job with a lot of the coaching, clinics and seminars type thing online. And I believe this one in March is going to be in person. So make sure you check that out. He's doing a great job. And he's going national with the stuff that he's doing, in that area. So great stuff right there, man. All right. Anybody else want to shout out Coach Tatum before we transition to the end here?
Keep doing what you do.
Keep doing what you're doing, Coach. Hey, come on down to the charter side too. If you get an opportunity.
Yeah, Coach Simmons is am I right? Coach Simmons got one. He does good podcast, but he's another one y'all need to follow. Coach Simmons, he do a great job. Love what he doing for the community.
There it is. All right. So our next show will be in March sometime. I don't know when yet, but
June. It'll be
no, it'll be in March. We'll do one a month up until June. And in June we'll get going again on season 8 of Football Focus Weekly.
Season 8 sounds wild, man. Time moves really fast.
Yeah. Facebook post some of them pictures when we used to be in the park and at the the media center. We used to be at the media center. I was laughing.
So for you guys that don't know, before we got StreamYard, me and Sheree, rest in peace, Queen. We used to pre-record the show at West Boulevard Library, and sometimes we would get a conference room, sometimes we wouldn't. And either way, we would still be in there talking and laughing, and then the librarian had to come knock on the door and tell us to be quiet.
Yeah.
So we've come a long way from those days.
Humble beginnings, man. Humble beginnings.
No,
that was time.
Very
tell be quiet. We'd be whispering.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories. It's been fun. We're gonna keep going. I know I said that Atlanta last season thought about hanging it up, but we found a way to keep going. I won't be at as many games, but producer will be doing some games solo this year coming up.
That married life.
I can handle it.
No, it's the director life at work.
Tell him.
No,
Somebody got to pay for them. Somebody got to pay for them tomahawk steaks for breakfast.
That's what I was about to say.
That's the director life. That's what pays for it.
Don't forget the lobster with the butter sauce.
Oh, I forgot to put that picture. I'll put that picture in the chat.
Them high-end old fashions ain't paying for themselves.
Well,
that 20-year-old age liquor in there, that costs money, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a wholesome family show, and nobody drinks those kind of things. So I'm not sure what you're referring to there.
But you did deny the steaks, though, or the lobster tails.
I did not.
There you go.
Hey, Pep, go to tell them the story. Go to tell them the story how you do your friends. Tell them how you did me the other day on the phone. You called me like, I'm just eating something simple. Pep, don't do me like this.
What was simple?
What
was? It was a simple dinner.
His wife's a chef. What do you expect?
No, go to tell everybody what simple is, Pep.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember what I said. I don't remember.
Tell us, Washington, because he got amnesia. Tell us, man.
Just a simple steak. That's it.
That was simple.
Nah, it was a premium cut. I'm sure it wasn't no $2 cheap steak.
Yeah, he don't eat nothing cheap now.
No,
right. You've seen the steaks with the gold on them. You probably had one of them. You know what I'm talking about?
He did. Steaks with gold on them?
Yeah, they got steaks with like edible gold on it.
He better go buy one now. Look at him.
Yeah, look it up. Well, he's pretending he's never seen it. That's the thing.
That's the thing. Tell him, Brent, he ain't fooling us.
Nope, he ain't fooling me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't share because when I be talking to him, he be like, "Yeah, that I ain't gonna put Pep out. That's my dog."
Yeah, no, we are still live here, so
yeah, I ain't gonna put you out there. You know.
The little count, the timer's still red, man.
I know. No, I'm not gonna do that to him. That's my dog.
All right. Well, throughout the comments, Shane Short wanted to give you guys congratulations. Thank you for watching, Coach.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Let's see here. There was a couple more up here. Austin Trotter says charter school take over a CFI.
Hey, coach, we gotta set up that media day, man. We gotta get together with all the head coaches.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
We're talking about
y'all doing a conference, yeah.
Oh, well, if you need some help with that, let me know. We did the one, we did one kind of impromptu at Harding last year. Ended up going pretty well. So let's see, James Barrier shouting out Kenneth. We'll pass that along to him, James. Appreciate it. There was one more. Oh, Stephanie Reynolds says, happy you two are joining. Maybe we'll see you next season. Coach Doug, do you play either of these guys?
We would have been in their conference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we would have been in their conference.
Gotcha.
And reunion out there.
All right, I think that's everything in the comments we wanted to share there. Coach Trotter responded. So let me know when we can talk. So, all right. Well, we thank everybody who watched it live. If you're watching on the playback, we appreciate your support. We'll be back in March with some updates. Talk about some players. We didn't have time to get to the players tonight. But continue to follow along Prep Red Zone, North Carolina. Facebook, Instagram, Charlotte Football Insiders, Twitter, Petman704, and CFI Showcases. YouTube, Matt Morrow. That's where you can find us on a consistent basis and keep up with everything what we're doing. Make sure you sign up for the CFI Showcase May 16th. We'll tell you where it is in the next coming days or so. So on behalf of everybody on the show, I'm the Petman, Matt Morrow. We'll see you next time on Football Focus Weekly, the off-season edition.